Good morning from the National Weather Service here in Pocatello. My name is Carter, and this is your Southeast Idaho weather hazard briefing for Friday, April 11th. High pressure will be shifting east today, but should be another beautiful warm day out there as a cold front works in tonight into Saturday, bringing in some cooler temperatures and gusty winds for the weekend. I'll be breaking that down for you this morning. Key points we're going to focus on today. Again, if you enjoyed yesterday, we got much of the same out there for you today. Another day well above normal temperatures, highs in those 60s and 70s for most. By bigger picture, heading into this weekend, we do have a Pacific trough building in later today into Saturday. And what that means for us is just some isolated rain, snow shower potential, maybe a rumble of thunder or two in some of our mountainous areas. But bigger thing will just be centering around gusty winds, which will peak on Saturday as some cooler temperatures move in for Saturday and especially on Sunday. Looking towards early next week is when high pressure is expected to return, and what that means for us is warming temperatures and back to dry conditions. And taking a quick look at satellite imagery for you this morning, mostly clear skies to start off the day. As you can see, plenty of cloud cover to our west building in along that Pacific trough and cold front. That'll be the main driver of some of those gustier winds as we head into Saturday. And to look at the bigger picture for you guys, you can see that very, very well-defined cold front building in through the Pacific Northwest. Overall, not going to see much of those impacts for today. We've kind of shown you the timing on that precipitation here later in the briefing. A bigger trough just ushering in some cooler temperatures and some gusty winds there on your Saturday. And weather is outlook for the next 5 days. Again, there's a slight chance for some showers today, especially as you head further north up into the Central Mountains, Montana Divide. But those shower chances do expand for Saturday, generally sticking to the mountains and upper Snake River Plain as we see some widespread breezy to gusty winds across the region. Heading into Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, conditions do look like they will dry out, seeing a fairly low impact stretch of weather back for that time frame. And taking a look at temperatures out there for you today. If you enjoyed yesterday, be a few degrees warmer further east, few degrees cooler further west, but overall in the 60s and 70s for you today. And wind gusts this afternoon will be a bit breezy, especially up into the eastern Central Mountains, Arco, Mud Lake Desert area, where we could see gusts peaking about 30 to 40 miles an hour. And heading into Saturday, a mild morning for most, courtesy of that cloud cover and southwest flow, keeping us in the 40s and 50s for most locations, coldest areas in the 20s and 30s. But afternoon highs noticeably cooler from what we're going to see today. For tomorrow, 50s and 60s, the going trend. And wind gusts on your Saturday, again, peaking about 45 to 55 miles an hour with this system, strongest across the Snake River Plain and surrounding valleys, and across our highest elevations. And before we get into precipitation amounts, just wanted to show you a couple models timing. NAM on the left, HER on the right, and just some ongoing light precipitation up in northern Idaho this morning, but really staying dry here. Increase in clouds later today, and maybe some isolated showers up around the Central Mountains, Montana Divide this afternoon and evening. But other than that, staying very dry here heading into early Saturday morning. Cold frontal boundary building in out of the west for your Saturday morning. That'll help bring in a mix of some rain, snow shower potential, but as you can see, the NAM model has a little bit better coverage of that, the HER a little bit further north, but the overall trend is at least most folks staying dry with this system. Mountain areas, especially as you get further north, may stand that best chance to see those showers and maybe a thunderstorm or two, but really dry conditions return for Sunday as colder air spills in over the divide. And that kind of goes well with our forecast here. Again, highlighting best chances for accumulating precipitation as you head further north. Best chances up into the Central Mountains and along the Montana Divide. Snow levels of this event will be very high elevation, but can't rule out some light snow showers possible, especially as we get that colder air settling in for some of our valleys as you head further north and east. And temperatures on Sunday, so definitely a change there when it comes to temperatures. Widespread sub-freezing temperatures are expected for your Sunday morning. So heading into that time frame, teens, 20s, and 30s to start off the day. Highs there in the 40s and 50s. And changes will begin there on Monday, but certainly another cool morning. So if you have any sensitive plants out there, still very early in that growing season, but something to keep in mind there is a Sunday night and Monday night is certainly something to keep an eye for temperature-wise. But heading into the afternoon there on Monday, warming things back up, 50s, 60s, and 70s. And little change there on Tuesday. We'll keep this off with a little bit more mild in the morning, 20s, 30s, and 40s. Highs back in the 60s, 70s, maybe even some low 80s as you head further west. And that's about all I have for you this morning. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please feel free to send us an email, give us a call, or check out some information on our website. Have an awesome Friday.